Welcome back. Today, we're less than 2 weeks away from Thanksgiving, meaning it's time to start thinking about what you'll be making for your holiday feast. The good news is we've got your back. The newest segment of ours called Holidish, and our first guest of the series is none other than Chef Adam Randall, owner of Adam's Soul to Go. Woo! And we had Smell-O-Vision. You all would be like just, and he's not even done yet. What's up, Chef Adam? How you doing?
I'm well, thank you. How are you?
A lot better
now.
now.
I'm really glad to be here. Thank you. Yeah.
So many people are like, okay, what in the world am I going to make? And so we wanted to help people out with this Holidish, segment.
Sure, absolutely.
So thinking about Thanksgiving with a twist, what will we be making today?
So we're making cornbread stuffing. That's kind of the twist, being African American. A lot of families use bread dressing or bread stuffing. We do cornbread. And so that's kind of our twist. So I'm making cornbread stuffing, and then the added bonus to that is that I add crab meat to mine. So some people put oysters in, some people in Minnesota, a lot of people put wild rice in theirs.
Really?
Oh yeah. It's a very
I'm new here, so you got to teach me.
Popular thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Wild rice dressing is actually very, very good.
Okay.
The one thing you and I talked about a little bit was the difference between dressing and stuffing.
Yes.
The truth is there's no difference at all.
Oh.
Stuffing has to do with whether or not you're going to fill the turkey cavity with the dressing that you're going to make. It can be a little bit, for lack of a better term, dangerous, because if you don't get that stuffing to the right internal temperature, which is 165 degrees or hotter, you can kind of get people sick. So I avoid that. I don't stuff the turkey. I make dressing instead.
Same with my family. So,
right.
okay, what do we have?
So this is what we got. We've got a little bit of butter in this saute pan, and I have sauteed bell peppers and onions and bell peppers, onions, and carrots. And then I'm adding a little bit of sage to this. I add sage while it's sauteing so that the oils in the sage can activate. And it kind of, you immediately smell that
from
sage.
the door. We have more people walking into the studio right now because what you just did.
It pops in. So I've done that. I've sauteed this, and then I'm going to add this to my cornbread. This cornbread was made yesterday.
Okay.
It was left out at room temperature so that it gets stale. Quite honestly, I don't know why it's supposed to be stale, but my mom said that's what you're supposed to do.
So that's what it's going to be.
I'm following the directions. That's just the way that goes. Okay. So then I'm going to add this to my cornbread, and then we're going to add the other ingredients. We're going to put a little fresh parsley in there. We're going to tap in 3 eggs real quickly.
Look at that. One-handed.
So here's another trick. A lot of people, when they crack eggs, they want to do it on the edge of a pan. That tends to make the egg shard and you get chunks. If you use a flat surface, you're better off. You're less likely to get those eggshells in there. Okay? So we've got it. We're going to mix that through now. And then we're going to add a little bit of thyme, dried thyme. Thyme pulls out the flavor, believe it or not, of the sage. And then I'm going to add more sage. A lot of people like a lot of sage. I want you to be able to taste everything. And so we're not going to go crazy with that. And then the last 2 more ingredients. We're going to do chicken stock. I buy bone stock or I make stock. And so this dressing, you want it to be wet, but not soupy. Okay? So we're getting there, maybe a little bit more. Gonna put a little more in. That's about 2 cups roughly. And it was 8 cups of cornbread. Okay?
Ooh, it's starting to look like what I need to look like.
When I look at this, I don't see enough sage, and so I'm going to, this kind of cooking for me is my ancestors telling me a little bit more, a little bit less salt and pepper. That's it. All right. So that is the dressing, and then the pièce de résistance is lump crab meat, and we're going to be really careful when we fold this in so as to not break it up too much, because we want people to be able to see that crab meat that's in there.
And just like that, I know our time is winding down. This looks so good. Is this about what we need?
This is what we need, and through the magic of television,
yes, please.
We have a pan already made.
Yes.
Nice and hot. So again, one of the other things that you want to do, a lot of times when you're cooking Thanksgiving, there are items that actually taste better the next day.
Yes.
And so when you make your stuffing, make it the day before, but don't bake it. So make it, put it in the refrigerator, let everything marry, let it just join together, and then the day of, then bake it.
I'm so
Goes
excited
in the
to
oven
dig
for about
into
an
this.
hour and a half, and then you're good to go.
And of course, you can check out Adam's Soul to Go inside the Potluck Food Hall at Rosedale Center or at adamsoul2go.com. Thank you so much. You know what?
Absolutely my pleasure.
My